This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back. High school basketball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's day 2 of the 2025 Titan Classic, and we've got a great girls matchup to get the day started. It's the Del City Lady Eagles and the Putnam City Lady Pirates on a Friday afternoon, morning, whatever you want to call it, here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway and Jordan Ray with you here on OSN. Both these squads took tough competitive losses in their Titan Classic openers yesterday, so we'll be looking for a bounce back in day number 2. Jordan, first off, your energy level. Did you do all 6 yesterday? You took 1 game off, so you did 5 yesterday.
I did 5.
Did 5, so here we go with day 2. Ready to go. It was a really good first day. Lots of competitive games. Hoping for more of the same, and we got a good girls matchup to get us going.
Yeah, so, we want to remind people, even though these games are already scheduled ahead of time, Josh, that they still have standings. They still want to declare a winner. And so, Del City, they came up short against Edmond Memorial by 3 points. They played pretty well after an early Edmond Memorial run. So they got something to build off of. But, I think it's important for a pride thing and the fact that they want to establish themselves as a dominant team in 5A, which I think they can be. Going up against Putnam City today, and they're going to want to show, talking about Del City, that, again, they're going to be competitive in this here, and that means they need to win tonight or win this morning or this afternoon. I guess it's just now turning noon.
Yeah, right.
And then win tomorrow, and they'll have some momentum heading into the next final stretch, if you will, of district play.
Absolutely. Both these teams, like we said, we had the Del City game early yesterday, pushed Edmond Memorial to the brink. Obviously, it was a great game, had a 3 at the buzzer to try and send that to overtime. Putnam City, meanwhile, lost a close one to the defending champs here at the Titan Classic in Sand Springs. So both teams played well in competitive losses to good teams. We're looking for a bounce back here today. Titan Classic presented by J.R. Rowlett Realty, the 2025 Titan Classic's title sponsor. Let J.R. Rowlett find your perfect home today. Call them at 405-445-8971. Starting lineups are presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries, able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Starting lineups first for the Putnam City Original, as they have on their black uniforms, Pirates. Starting 5 for the Pirates is as follow. Number 3 is Aaliyah Combs. She is a sophomore. Number 10, Destiny Hunt, a senior. Number 15, Kayla Hill, also in the starting 5 as a senior. Number 23 is Tiana Johnson, a senior as well. Number 21 is Patience Booker, a 5'5 senior, rounding it out. Starting 5 for the Eagles, meanwhile, number 10 is Jakaya McAllister, the 5'5 freshman. Number 11, Kamaya Morgan, the 5'8 sophomore. Number 20, Paris Baker, is a 5'11 freshman. Number 30, Tori Moore, 5'7 junior. And Sanaya Bonds rounds it out, number 32, the 5'10 sophomore. Putnam City and Del City. Del City, of course, coached by Mariah White. And we're just about ready to get this going. Putnam City, the road squad here today at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse in the road. Black uniforms, white original across the front, white numbers on the front and back, some orange trim in there. Del City back in the home whites with the black script. Del City on the front and black numbers.
And we don't have it on the roster, but PCO coached by Porsche Young.
Porsche Young.
Great first name.
And so we're just about ready to go on day 2 of the Titan Classic. Games 7 through 12 today. It was a great day 1. Hoping for more of the same here from Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. The opening tip here will be done between Paris Baker and Destiny Hunt. And it's won by the Eagles, and here we go. Day 2 of the Titan Classic. Del City, Putnam City. Glad to be with us on a Friday afternoon here in Carl Albert. First possession, Torrey Moore almost walked. Kick it out. McAllister for 3. Rolls off. Rebound ripped down by Kayla Hill. So start the break for the Pirates. Hill racing all the way coast to coast. Scoop layup won't go. Rebound, though, pulled in by PCO. And then we got a tie-up as Booker and Baker look like they both got their hands on it. Get a tie-up. Arrow will keep it down here.
PCO lost a tough one yesterday to Sand Springs. They led most of that game. They were the more athletic team, the more aggressive team, but they just couldn't shoot. Will that happen again here, or will PCO start to make some shots?
Like Baker came through and blocked that shot by Booker. Goes out of bounds. Will stay at this end.
I believe it was Combs who drove to the basket earlier for PCO. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be aggressive and try to attack, just like Del City will here off the turnover.
McAllister leading the break. Left-hand layup attempt didn't go. Rebound ripped in by the Pirates. Well done by Johnson. And PCO starts to break the other way. Here is Combs in the corner. Picks up her dribble as they give it over to Booker. And Pirates will set up something.
Both teams showing a zone right now. Del City had a really good shot off the zone earlier. Just missed. We'll see how PCO runs their offense against a 2-3 zone.
Booker to her right, pulls it from the elbow. Off the front of the rim, no good. Morgan had the rebound, but then had it poked away. Leads to an easy layup for Patience Booker to give us our first bucket of day 2, and Putnam City on the board first. Morgan now trapped in the backcourt, able to get up to Baker. Pass, wow. McAllister, like it was planned, tipped to herself and gets it up for an easy layup to Moore. That worked out quite well.
Both teams have a couple of two-point shots where they got kind of fortunate to deflect the ball at the right place at the right time.
Tied up 2 apiece, 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Short mid-range jumper here for Hunt doesn't go. Rebound pulled up by McAllister. Eagles start the break. Long pass ahead to Paris Baker. To the rim, layup is good. Nice pass by McAllister, fed it right to Baker, laid it in easily. And the Eagles have got their first lead, 4-2. Meanwhile, another turnover here as Morgan got her hand on it. But a bad pass is then intercepted by Hill, and the Pirates have it back. Combs on the wing. She'll drive, right-hand shot, wildly put up. And they're going to say it was blocked out by the Eagles. Will stay at this end.
Eagles going to be tested, their interior defense, because, again, PCO, they are aggressive. They're just not always efficient with that. But they will look to find their driving lanes to attack.
Combs in the corner. Gives it up to the top. Booker. Left side. Combs will fire a 3. Halfway down and out. Rebound pulled in by McAllister. She'll start the break for the Eagles. So a tough break there for PCO. Pass deflected and stolen by Johnson. So another turnover. Both these defenses creating some havoc early.
McAllister had Morgan wide open in the left corner. I don't know what she was looking at with that pass.
Combs fires a 3 and left it short. Rebound by Bonds, and the Eagles will start another break. So Putnam City's offense off to a slow start. Wild shot from Moore doesn't go. Rebound ripped down by Kayla Hill. And the Pirates have it back on the other way. Up and down we go. Hill contact, and we're going to have our first foul. It's going to be a block on Del City. Look like that's Bonds who gets hit with the first foul of the day.
Yeah, I thought Bonds was set. But, you know, these block charges calls, it's kind of a flip a coin call, really.
PCO has it back. Trailing 4-2 after a strong start with the quick early bucket. Here's Hill with it, gets it up on the block and had it stripped by Bonds. Just ripped it away from Johnson. Long pass head to McAllister. She'll go down the lane and lay it up easily in transition.
I think one of the reasons Del City likes this 2-3 zone, if they can get a rebound on the front court, they got guards who can really leak out really well, and they can score in transition off that.
So 6-0 run for the Eagles. Pulling up from the elbow. Johnson's shot won't go. Pirates are just cold from the field right now. Shots not falling. Here's Moore coming down the floor for the Eagles. Gets it up to McAllister on the wing as we near the midway point of the opening frame. First game, day 2, the Titan Classic.
Well, they had Bonds inside. Well, never mind. It was that lane was getting cluttered, so that was a good decision by Moore not to throw it into Bonds there because Morgan was coming in the paint.
McAllister will drive. Nice feed to Bonds, who missed the layup but got her own miss. Stick back, that'll go. It's an 8-0 run for the Eagles. And that's going to be a turnover on a double dribble there as Booker just kind of got caught, not really sure where she wanted to go with it.
First sub will be Putnam City bringing in Promise Wright. But now we see Del City go to Sasha Hunt-Smith. And remember, Josh, Sasha Hunt-Smith came in the game yesterday against Edmond Memorial, never went out.
Yeah, she was fantastic yesterday. If Del City had found a way to win that game, I think she was probably in line for the player of the game honor. She was really good. Helped them get back in it after a slow start in that game. Not the case today, as it's a fast start, but a turnover here won't help things. Leads to a break for the Pirates. Down the floor and getting bumped is Booker, and she will head to the free throw line for the first time today.
Now, PCO may be a little more active on defense than Edmond Memorial was, so for Del City, you have to be careful with your passes. We've seen McAllister make a couple of shaky passes, even though otherwise the Eagles are playing well because they're defending really well right now. And also, like I said, PCO just has a hard time shooting. That includes free throws.
So Booker misses the first one in the first trip to the Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe. Toonie Buys Houses, we buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. So an empty trip at the line there for Booker certainly doesn't help the cause. Hunt-Smith floater will not fall. Rebound by Baker. And Del City has another look at this. McAllister bounce pass at the top. Baker fires on a long two. Got it.
Paris Baker is a freshman who is just getting better and better, playing with more confidence. She was not starting early in the season, but she got into that starting lineup. And the 5'11 guard, who's very much a guard, just really good size and skill.
Here's a turnover as Del City's defense remaining active. Shot here from McCarroll into the game doesn't go, but she's fouled. And some free throws coming here for the Eagles, who are on a 10-0 run and looking for more. After that quick bucket from PCO to start, it's been all Eagles, really active defensively, making it hard on the Pirates. They're not hitting the shots they're getting.
There's a Courtney McCarroll special.
Yep, you called that yesterday, yep.
When she's on the left side of the floor, that's where she likes to be on offense. She attacks in such a way she just is able to get to the free throw line. And you love it when she makes it then, and she made the first.
Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe. Raina Lewis into the game now for the Eagles for the first time, replacing McAllister.
I think Shelby Thornton can really thrive in this game in the middle of that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, Thornton also sliding in on that break there. So McCarroll makes them both. It's a 12-0 run for the Eagles. They lead at 12-2 here at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. In the game for PCO and handling the ball there was Promise Wright, number 22. And that's another turnover for the Pirates.
So the base defense for the Eagles right now is a zone, but they can extend pressure in different ways and then go drop back to their zone if they need to. And they're changing it up really well. Very effective right now.
Baker at the top. She'll drive under defender. Nice dish down to Thornton, who will lay it home. That was a great find. And an easy put in for Thornton.
Going to get our first replay of the day.
Makes it 14-2, and now another turnover as Baker got her hand in the passing lane. Kicks out. Sasha Hunt-Smith for three. Clack comes. Bobby Lewis three ball. It's a 17-0 run for the Del City Eagles, and Putnam City needs a timeout. As good of a start as you could hope for Del City as a 30-second timeout. So the Eagles are doing it all right now, defensively making it really hard on Putnam City. Lots of turnovers leading to easy buckets. And on the other end, Putnam City's just having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Yeah, well, you expect that three to go in when you see Sasha Hunt get an open look like that. And, yeah, it starts with the defense. Del City's got the size advantage if they want to go inside to someone like Thornton. Paris Baker's very good at attacking the basket right now. And so we got a lot of players playing well for a team, again, coming off a bit of a tough loss. Not that it's going to hurt them seeding-wise. I think they're going to get a very high seed
right
in 5A. But still, they want to maybe shore up some things, and they're off to a great start.
So a 17-0 run for the Eagles has got them out to a big early lead here over the Pirates.
Big mistake on the press break, but PCO looks like they're going to escape.
Trapped right by that half-court line. This one knocked out of bounds. It'll stay down here as Hill had it poked loose from behind.
You just don't want to cross the timeline against the press and immediately pick up your dribble in that corner, because I'm a geometry teacher, so I know this. You have 90 degrees of space, and you need way more than that when you're going against a trap.
Jemiah Robinson, number 4, also in the game for Putnam City, by the way. Senior off the bench. This is Promise Wright with it. Threw it right off of Robinson's legs, came right back to her. Here's Wright back to the top with Johnson. Calling out some direction, trying to find a good look here. Del City just making it hard. Nothing coming easy right now. And they will draw a foul.
It's the only hope PCO has when they attack right now, and you got to be aware that if you're Del City, try not to be too handsy and foul, because you want them attacking Thornton, because that usually doesn't work out for other teams.
So the foul is going to go on Lewis. That's her first. Team third early on. And back to Toonie by South's charity stripe go the Pirates, but they keep missing free throws, which is not helping things. As Johnson offline there. Into the game for Del City comes Mackenzie Smithers, number 15. She'll replace Baker.
What do you think about the 5 who are in right now for Del City? This is their more experienced 5, but it's their second team as well.
So another empty trip at the line. 0 for 4 at the charity stripe are the Pirates, but they end up getting that rebound off that wild save in the corner. And the Pirates will buy themselves a second look. Stepping into a 3 is Wright. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound ripped down by Robinson, and then she's bumped by Thornton and fouled. It's only the 4th team foul, so it shouldn't be free throws. Oh, no, excuse me. It's not a foul on it's on the Pirates, excuse me.
Yeah,
assume that was on Del City, but yeah, you're right. It's going to be an over-the-back call on the Pirates. First one on Robinson. So Del City has the ball back, leading by 15. It was 2-0 Putnam City out of the gate. All Eagles since then. And they've got the ball here in the final minute of the first frame. Lewis puts it on the floor and drives. Bounce pass out to McCarroll wide of the mark, and that'll go out of bounds for a turnover.
Raina Lewis, and this may be true for Smithers as well, they did not play in the second half against Edmond Memorial, so I think these are important minutes for them to show that they deserve second half minutes. Take that as a challenge.
Final half minute of the first quarter. PCO trying to find some offense. Promise Wright off a screen from Robinson. Jump step, bounce pass to her, and just got it ripped away. Just bully ball by Smithers, but a bad pass. Yeah. But she'll get away with it. It was knocked out of bounds by Wright. He'll stay with the Eagles.
Great defense, but a bad pass. Like you said, fortunately for Del City, they retained possession. Just got to read where the defenders are at. The PCOs, they're going to keep playing hard. They know they're a good team, but the shooting woes is what has been a disadvantage right now.
That was a great cut and pass from Hunt Smith to Thornton, the easy lay-in. Pirates with just a few seconds to work with here. They'll fire one up at the buzzer. That was not a bad effort by Hill, but it is off the mark. So it's a 19-0 run for the Eagles to end the quarter. They have a healthy 19-2 lead after one. You're watching the Tide Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray, and the Oklahoma Sports Network. Make sure we thank our first half sponsor, which is Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Buffalo Wild Wings, BOGO wing deals every Tuesday and Thursday. Be sure to take advantage at Buffalo Wild Wings. So Del City, a great first quarter as they have a big 19-2 lead, and they have the ball to open up the second frame. Here's McCarroll on the baseline. Bounce pass to Thornton was mishandled, but she's able to save it and kick it out. McCarroll now gets an open look at a three. Clackums. Bobby Lewis three ball for Courtney McCarroll, and it's a 22-0 run for the Eagles right now, just pouring it on.
Yeah, McCarroll, an underrated three-point shooter. She doesn't look to shoot much, but she is very capable.
PCO desperate for some offense as Del City's just swarmed them and has really gotten it going on the offensive end, too, to balloon this lead out. Here is Hill driving, and Thornton just sent that thing. Shelby Thornton having a nice tournament.
You're seeing why this is just a bad matchup for Putnam City.
Yeah.
Because you either have to hit outside shots or you got to attack the teeth of the defense, which right now is Shelby Thornton. And it's just there's not a way PCO can really score against this zone very often. They don't have the shooting.
Here's Robinson at the free throw line. Jumper from the elbow, back iron no good for Promise Wright, but it will go out of bounds and stay at this end with the Pirates.
I mean, again, PCO has a lot of team speed, and that's one of the reasons that's probably more than anything what allows teams to be very competitive on the offensive glass. And you are seeing that here with them. Again, they don't have the shooting. They're 0 for 4 from the free throw line as an example.
Open look at a three for Kayla Hill.
I'd rather say that.
There you go. Bobby Lewis three ball. Pirates really needed that as the three ball goes down in the corner for Kayla Hill. And now a turnover by the Eagles. We'll keep it down here with the Pirates.
That's where PCO's team speed can be a factor, and credit Kayla Hill because Shelby Thornton was coming right at her. And she was able to make the first field goal in over an entire quarter for him.
That shot won't go for Robinson, but got her own miss. Kick out. Hill hit one a moment ago, so try again. Boy, rattled halfway down and out. Rebound, though, pulled in by Destiny Hunt, and she's fouled on the putback. So, like you said, Pirates still playing hard after the tough start, and now a little momentum on their side. And going back to the Toonie Buys House's charity stripe here will be Destiny Hunt. Got to find a way to make these free throws, though. That one will roll off.
0 for 5.
I mean, it's not the difference right now, but 22-10 does feel different if you could find a way to take advantage here at the line.
Very different feel.
Does make the second one, though. So 22-6. Can the Pirates find a way to clamp down on this side? It's still City back half of that first quarter and early part of the second quarter seeming to find their groove on offense. Lewis gets underneath the Thornton, or tried to, but Robinson broke it up. Start the break. Thornton's going to bump her from behind. That's going to be a foul on the Eagles again. It's kind of that classic get the defender behind you and stop move, kind of Chris Paul-esque getting that foul.
It's Thornton's second. I don't think you have to take her out because of that, and they're not. Raina Lewis will come out.
McAllister back in.
Lewis is having a bit of a hard time finding her way to fit in with this group right now because she has had a couple of turnovers. I'm sure she'll get a chance in the second half. She doesn't come in sooner to get things going.
Here's Robinson at the free throw line. Round the horn left side to Booker back in the game. Right back to her. PCO trying to figure out where they can attack right now. Underneath, here's Hunt. Really tough scoop layup. Shelby Thornton is just so tough. Able to save that, but PCO ends up getting the ball back as Thornton threw it right to Promise Wright. So another opportunity for the Pirates. Wild shot here by Hills. Air ball. Got her own air ball that it must have been blocked. Otherwise, that should have been a travel. Didn't matter. McAllister gets it on a fast break
finish.
And lays it in.
I thought she was going too fast, but she wasn't.
Robinson rushing that layup and missing. So the Eagles have it back and starting another break. Here's McCarroll. Won't go, but knocked out of bounds by PCO. It'll stay down here with the Eagles. Sasha Hunt-Smith offset the shooting. She's a nice passer, too. That was a great feed. McCarroll just couldn't quite finish it. Bond's back in the game, replacing Thornton. Morgan will also come in for McCarroll.
Hunt Smith has great handles and a great feel for the game. And, of course, PCO bringing back in starters, or Del City is.
It's a deep Del City team. Sasha Hunt Smith for 3, no good. Rebound, Bonds. And she sails the pass for a turnover.
For Del City, let's see if Kamaya Morgan starts to get more involved on offense. We haven't seen much from her yet. I think the Eagles could go inside to Bonds a lot, and she would be very good against any PCO player guarding her.
Kayla Hill, rocket pass underneath to Combs back in the game. Kick out to Hunt for a long 2, no. Bonds the rebound. Almost turned it over, but it's going to lead to a bad foul on Kayla Hill, getting a little too close to McAllister there.
Yeah, Del City, Putnam City, like Del City, will look to pressure off a miss. Teams that play fast, what do? They look to push the ball on offense after a make, and they look to press on defense after a miss. And Del City's done that more and more this year. PCO will do that as well. They have the athletes to do it.
This is Baker with it. Gets up right side to McAllister. Crossover move on Combs. Split the defenders. Layup attempt won't go. Sasha Smith, though, the rebound. Tried to slip a pass in there. Couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, that
was a tight window she was going for. And
they
out
shot
of
that up
to PCO.
Something you do when you're up 18, because that was, I don't know what she was doing with that pass. But same with McAllister. Sometimes the Eagle guards may try to penetrate into a very crowded defensive paint.
And the ball go out of bounds, back to the Eagles.
Yeah, Promise Right just dropped it.
PCO still obviously, obvious statement is obvious, but struggling offensively. Just 6 points in the first 12 minutes of this game. They've gotten it a little better on this end. Del City just 5 points in the first half of this quarter, but got to start making up ground. Here's Baker, try to feed it to Bonds. Deflect out of bounds by Booker. Good play. Stay down here, though.
Yeah, PCO's not going to be easy to score on the half court. Like I said, they got good team speed.
Yeah, they've cleaned up the turnovers. That's what really hurt them, and they're still turning it over. But the first quarter was a lot of fast break points for the Eagles. Haven't had that as much to that point. McAllister over to Morgan here at the top, who is one of the big pieces of yesterday's near upset of Ed Memorial. And that's going to be a charge on Baker. She bowled over Kayla Hill, and the foul's going to go on Del City. I think that's the team fourth. Might just be the third. Team third, excuse me. So let's still have another one to give.
Yeah, even late yesterday, Josh, I was still having problems distinguishing between fouls, team fouls, and timeouts left on that scoreboard.
Hill bringing it up, gets across half court. Bad pass, though, picked off by Baker. This is what we saw in the first quarter. Here's Morgan. Had it just stripped away.
Good strip there.
Well done by Booker.
Thought Morgan was about to get fouled. But if you're PCO, you can't just cross the timeline and make that pass. You got to be you got to know where you're going to go with the ball, and it has to be an open player when you cross the timeline. You need to be patient.
3 ball for Kamaya Morgan, left off the front of the rim short. Rebound pulled in by Booker. She'll start the break for the Pirates. In the corner is Johnson down the baseline. Kick out. Round the horn. Kayla Hill hit one earlier. Well, that one looked right on line, but rims off. Empty possession leads to a fast break. Morgan just chilling underneath the basket. Layup won't go, though. Rebound, though, comes out to Moore, and Del City buys a second chance.
Just want a patient possession for Del City. Looks like PCO has switched to a man defense. I think that's been very effective for them.
3 ball for Kamaya Morgan. Clackums. Drop one down. Bobby Lewis, 3 ball for Kamaya Morgan, who, like we said, was really solid yesterday in the game against Ed Memorial. Quiet so far today, but hits that one.
I think it's her first points.
Hunt able to get it over to Hill. Kayla Hill down the lane. Right-hand floater left it just short. Rebound comes out to Baker. Long pass ahead to McAllister. Start the break for the Eagles. Nice passing back and forward. Layup won't go for McAllister as her and Morgan, a little two-man game there. Ball's on the floor now. We're going to get a tie-up, it would seem. The arrow will favor the Pirates.
Very unselfish pass by Morgan, but actually on that one you should probably keep the ball when you have it on the right side and the player to your left is left-handed. So right-handed players just aren't as good as finishing on the left side, and that's probably why that fast break wasn't more effective for Del City. But again, very unselfish play.
So PCO has the ball back, trailing by 21 as we near the 2-minute mark here of this first half. Pass ahead to Promise Wright. She'll go right-hand floater. Back iron, can't quite get the roll. Baker pulls down the board. Ooh, stripped from behind by Wright. They're going to get her for a foul on the wrist. Tough one there. Foul will go on Wright. That's her first.
Wright didn't really argue with it, so maybe been some contact we just couldn't see from
In
here.
live action, it felt like it, but you know, sometimes on that one, I would assume if you're an official, you maybe could hear the slap of the wrist a little bit. Your ears help you a little bit on that one. But like you said, didn't argue it. Eagles have it back up 21. Here's Morgan on the baseline. Scoop pass, trying to slip it to Moore. It was wide of the mark. Leads to a turnover. A lot of contact here as Morgan and Johnson both kind of just stumble onto the floor. Everybody's good, but it is going to be a foul on Morgan. That is the fourth on Del City, so PCO in the bonus for the final $1:38 of this first half.
I'd say both teams have turnover issues. The difference is Del City's gotten transition off turnovers, and they've also made threes.
Cashing in on those turnovers a little more. Here's Wright, jump step, kick to the top. Oh, that's going to be a travel on Booker. Looked like she just flat out slipped. Foot kind of skidded on her.
Yeah, the Del City just doesn't have the shooting issues that PCO has. They can go on cold streaks. Not been a great offensive quarter for them, but at some point they will start to make some shots, and I'm still wondering if that will happen for Putnam City.
Screen set by Bonds. Here's Morgan on the wing. She'll drive. Good defense there again by Johnson. Like you said, PCO in the half court defensively has been quite solid.
Now, if you're Morgan, you're going to drive and attack the basket. You shouldn't do it while you have a teammate posting up. Either throw it into Moore or tell Moore to clear the paint. Good inbounds play, though.
Yeah, Morgan to Bonds, gave it right back to her, but couldn't hit the corner three. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Pirates with exactly 1 minute to play in this first half. Be sure to stick with us at the half as Jordan and I will wrap things up. Look ahead to the second half. Of course, we'll maybe take a peek at the schedule for the rest of the day and into tomorrow as well. Here's Combs in the corner. It's a long two for Chariah Williams just into the game, number 11. Immediately took a shot, didn't hit it. But offensive rebound gets him a second chance. Here's a look for Patience Booker at the top of the key. Oh, couldn't quite get the roll. Looked like she was going to get the friendly bounce, but rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end again.
It's just the story of the day and the tournament for Putnam City. They don't get the roll. They don't get the touch they need. But they still scrap, and that's why they have another chance of this. They forced that ball out of bounds on Del City, and then
bad pass
deflected.
There.
Or no, it's deflected off PCO, then they turn it over.
As Promise Wright definitely off her fingertips on the sideline there. So Del City gets the turnover, and look at the back. Could hold if they want. We'll see. Seems like the last couple of years teams have cared less and less about holding in these spots. Del City doesn't seem too interested in holding as they're kind of seem like they're going quick here. Bonds in the lane, turnaround, spin move, couldn't get the roll. Rebound pulled in by Baker, though. Offensive rebound, stick back, no. Morgan rebound, stick back, yes. Nice play by Kamaya Morgan. Pirates with just 5 seconds here trying to get a shot off. This is Johnson, right-hand floater at the buzzer. Would have counted, but didn't go, and that's going to end the first half. A very strong one for Del City as they hold a healthy 29-6 lead at the end of the first half. We'll step aside for halftime, be back shortly. We'll peek ahead to the second half and get you ready for the rest of the day in day 3 of the Titan Classic as Del City leads at 29-6 after 2 here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back ready for the second half. Want to make sure we thank our title sponsor of the 2025 Titan Classic, which is J.R. Rowlett Realty. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Use this Titan, J.R. Rowlett, for all your real estate needs. If you're thinking of buying or selling your home, call him at 405-445-8971. 29-6, your score in favor of Del City as we just are about ready to start the second half. In just a moment, I want to remind you this is game 1 of 6 today from the Titan Classic. We've got 6 games on the docket. We had 6 yesterday, 6 more today, 7 tomorrow. We'll have over on the boys' side coming up next, Edmond North and Norman High. Of course, we had Edmond North, Norman North yesterday. It was a great game, a lot of fun. This is the rest of the schedule for today. As you see, Memorial Collinsville on the girls' side will come up in the middle of the day. Collinsville, Norman North, and then the 2 nightcap games with Carl Albert and Sand Springs. That girls' matchup, interesting. Carl Albert girls against the defending champs here at the Titan Classic in the Sand Springs girls. That'll be coming up later on today. Second half underway. Del City leading Putnam City 29-6. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray here on OSN. Appreciate you being with us on a Friday afternoon. A little matinee hoops, never a bad thing. First possession for Paris Baker doesn't go. Still getting used to these quicker halftimes, Jordan. Yeah. We don't have a lot of time between games.
We did not get out of our seat.
No point, no reason to. Keeping things on schedule, which it worked pretty well yesterday, I thought. I mean, you know better than me. You were here all day, but it seemed like everything stayed pretty much online for the most part.
Yeah, because you never know when a game gets close, and you'll have a timeout fest in the fourth quarter, and you'll also have fouls. So a free throw fest combined with a timeout fest.
Yeah.
And it can make a game that's in regulation, doesn't even go into overtime, seem very long.
It kind of happened with that Edmond North, Norman North game that we had as the first free throw for Kayla Hill at the Chuny by South, the cherry stripe goes down. Look, we're going to end early, but as Norman North made their big push late in that game, ended up almost running into the time slot for the next one. As Hill makes both of them, so there you go. Putnam City, who left a lot of points on the table at the free throw line in that first half, they're able to make a couple there and get the first points of the second half, make it 29-8. Here's Bonds for Del City. Left-hand shot won't roll home. Got the rebound, or she did for a moment, but it was ripped away. PCO starting the break. Hunt down the floor. Shot won't go. That's a charge. Charge. As Hunt bowls over, I think that was Moore who stepped in there and took that. So first foul on the Pirates.
Yeah, she's one new player from Del City we don't talk much about, Tori Moore. Basically, she's the starting 4 for Del City, but very intelligent player. Doesn't look to shoot much, but she'll definitely contribute on the boards and on interior defense.
Here is Moore with the ball in the corner. Double team kind of trapped, and she will lose the ball out of bounds. So the pressure there by Booker and Combs forcing Moore to mishandle the basketball out of bounds. So that's a turnover. Bit of a sloppy start to the second half for Del City after obviously a really strong first 2 quarters, holding a 23-point lead at the break. Hill coming down, had it poked away from behind. It's scooped up by Moore. Start the break for Del City. As Baker wipes out there on the wing. Looks like she's hopefully okay as the shot doesn't go for McAllister, so an empty trip there for the Eagles.
See Bonds help Baker up right while the play was going on. You don't see that very often. Usually while play's going on, you let your teammate get up on their own. But that probably helped Del City with transition defense. So a good thing all around for Bonds to do.
PCO, right-hand floater won't go for Hill, who's been the primary kind of everything for the Pirates today. Offense has gone through her, but that shot wouldn't go. Really deep 3 for Morgan. Back iron, no. High rebound, though, is going to be knocked out of bounds to stay at this end as Baker had a look at it, but Hunt was able to punch it out. Stay at this end.
You know, for Del City, this is going to be real important for them that they need to get some good flow, some good rhythm in their half-court offense, and they haven't really had that. Again, credit to PCO. They're still playing hard on defense, even though, again, their shooting has been problematic for them here at Carl Albert High School.
Poked out of bounds will stay down here with the Eagles. These two teams tomorrow, Del City will open things up at 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's an earlier schedule. They got Collinsville to start the day. As the shot for Baker, turnaround won't go. PCO, meanwhile, will take on the home squad, Carl Albert, in the third to last game of the day tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Which we will be able to display here later in this game, is now in the system. Del City been staying with their 2-3 zone.
Here's Combs, right side to Booker. Del City no points yet in this second half. Pirates haven't really been able to take advantage, but trying to find a way to get a little offensive groove. It's just been tough sledding. Obviously just 8 points right now. Combs on the wing. In the corner now, a fire three for Tiana Johnson. A little too long. Rebound, though, ripped down by Hunt. Stick back attempt, no. Got her own miss, and she's fouled.
Yeah, I think Paris Baker got too far to the basket when that three-point shot went up. And so when you do that on a three, that ball's going to, if it misses long, it's going to miss over your head. So Destiny Hunt took advantage of that, and more Toonie buys houses free throws for PCO, who is starting to make them.
Like you said, back to Toonie buys houses charity stripe for Hunt. The foul was on Bonds. That's her second. And she's got the first one. So Pirates starting to, like you said, take advantage of the line a little bit. Second one on the way for Destiny Hunt.
Yeah, 4 in a row made by PCO.
Made them both. So it's a little 4-0 run for the Pirates. Still obviously a lot of work to do, but continuing to kind of scratch and claw, whittle their way. Morgan for three. That won't go. Del City is cold offensively right now. Baker offensive rebound. Nice pass to Moore, but she rushed the lefty shot. Didn't hit it. Bonds, though, another board. That won't go, but another offensive rebound by Moore.
3 seconds in the lane.
Yeah.
Because Bonds fell down and no one helped her up.
There you go.
And she stayed
it's
down.
A cold world.
Long. Yeah.
So the 3-second call and another stop. So Eagles are still on an offer in the second half right now. Offense has not been great, and that's not going to help things for the Pirates as Booker just kind of stumbled the footing there, and that's a travel.
So what does Del City do when they have some offensive issues? They go to Sasha Hunt-Smith.
That's a good plan.
And Courtney McCarroll.
Coach Mariah White. Here's McAllister. Feeds underneath to McCarroll.
Oh, she had more open for a second.
Has the ball back. Thought about it. Instead, she'll go underneath
nice.
to Bonds. Great feed to Moore. Layup good. Great ball movement there. Leads to an easy layup for Tori Moore. Or Bonds, laid it in. Moore the pass.
And Hunt and McCarroll didn't do anything spectacular. They just helped rotate the ball real well.
31-10 from the free throw line. Combs got it. Nice turnaround shot for Aaliyah Combs. The lone underclassman on this PCO team. The only sophomore on the varsity squad. Everyone else is junior or a senior.
Very talented players, Combs. And the first field goal for PCO, I think, since they made that three early in the second quarter.
Pass deflected by Hill. Start a fast break. Hunt lays it in through some contact. So PCO had just 6 points in the first half. They've got 8 in the first half quarter and change in the second half. Got to like that if you're Coach Young. As PCO finding a little bit of a groove now. Still down 17, but playing a lot better. Good ball movement here, though. Leads to another good layup for Bonds as the dish from McAllister right at the rim. And we've got a timeout taken by PCO with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Del City leading it by 19. Just a 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to make sure we thank our second half sponsor, which is CK12 Designs. 1 Corinthians 13:8 says love never fails, brought to you by CK12 Designs. Designers and builders of everything custom for your home, from custom cabinets to dining room tables. We do it all. Modern, industrial, and farmhouse designs. Come visit our manufacturing facility at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street or our downtown store at 820 North Broadway in Oklahoma City. CK12 Designs. I want you to know Jesus loves you. CK12 Designs, our second half sponsor. Del City leads it 33-14, 3:20 to go here in the third. Game 7 of the 2025 Titan Classic. Game 1 of day 2. Edmond North and Norman High to follow.
You see Coach White diagramming something to, I believe that's Paris Bake. No, that's McAllister, my mistake, who, of course, runs a lot of point for Del City. So we'll see if they run some particular type of play or something different on offense next time they have the ball.
Hill, long pass ahead, and just a bit too tall over the outstretched fingertips of Destiny Hunt. That's a turnover.
They have the right idea, but PCO, not only they have not been shooting accurately, although that's gotten better, they don't always pass the ball very accurately, although that is a tougher pass to make than it looks. Again, just great backside action for Del City. Now other than one turnover they've had recently, they've gotten really good at attacking the backside of the zone. 3 of the last 4 possessions.
Yeah, great ball movement there as Smithers got it underneath to McAllister. As Del City's offense looking a bit more polished these last few possessions. They have a foul here as Hunt is bumped by Bonds. 3rd foul on Bonds, 3rd team foul as well. Thornton going to come in and replace her. Also back in for the Pirates comes Jemiah Robinson. She'll sub in for Aaliyah Combs. Del City opened back up a 21-point lead here, 35-14. Walking into a 3 and leaving it short was Promise Wright. Almost able to run down her own miss. Well, she kind of did as it's knocked out of bounds by McCarroll. Little stay down here.
She outquicked McCarroll to that miss. Even in a zone, you need to box out the shooter.
Right off the inbound. Right side to Booker in the corner. Thought about it, did Hill. She'll try and drive the baseline and lost out of bounds. Smithers, good job kind of clamping down on her lane there.
Yeah, good cutoff there by Mackenzie Smithers. Similar play to Tori Moore. Will not look to shoot a lot, but plays well on defense. Will often make the right pass at the right time.
Sasha Hunt-Smith in the corner, double teamed. Being hounded by Hill.
We have another timeout called.
And I think Booker, timeout.
Another 30-second timeout. I think Coach White wants to address how they're going to handle that corner when they throw the ball into the corner, how they handle that trap. You want to go into the corner, but you need to have options because teams will look to trap that. The reason why you want to go into the corner is that can extend the zone out where you can if you can throw the pass out of there, you can get some good side-to-side action. And by the way, Josh, we do now have tomorrow's lineup. As you can see, 7 games, not 6.
They just wanted you to work a little more.
Right.
Day 3 scheduled tomorrow. We get started earlier. It's going to be a 10 a.m. start. Del City girls, as they did yesterday and today, will get the action started against the Collinsville Cardinals, who you saw last night fell in their opener of the Titan Classic to the home squad, Carl Albert. We'll have that game to get it started. We'll flip over to the boys' side as the Del City boys join the party tomorrow with 2 games. They're going to be the second game of the day at 11:30 and the nightcap against Edmond North. That's a big-time basketball game to close out the weekend tomorrow night against the Huskies, who we'll see next here on OSN against Norman High. Turnover here as spinning and losing her footing was Promise Wright. Leads to a fast break from McAllister. Knocked out of bounds by Booker. It'll stay down here with the Eagles.
Great recovery by Booker. I mean, Thornton, as soon as she got that ball, she knew right where to go to it, and it looked like it was going to be a sure 2 for McAllister. And then Booker came in and hustled, and it's going to force Del City to work for these 2 points.
Sasha Hunt-Smith going to fire a deep 3. Didn't get it, but Thornton, just as she often does, ripping down that offensive board and getting the easy putback. Shelby Thornton, these 2 games of the Titan Classic has just been as much of a menace down by the basket as you could possibly be on both ends, just gobbling up rebounds.
Yeah, you know, she's a Division I player. We don't mention that enough. She's committed to North Texas, and here she is at Del City her senior year, not starting after starting
it's crazy
her last 2 years. But she's handled that role, especially these last 2 games, really well.
Sasha Hunt-Smith for 3. Clackham's Bobby Lewis 3 ball. Been a relatively quiet day for Sasha Hunt-Smith. Haven't really needed her as much as yesterday, but hits a 3 there. And the lead's out to 26. Del City's opened it back up. It's a 9-0 run after PCO somewhat got back in. I mean, they were still down 17, but they had a little momentum. But Del City has squashed that and pushed it way back out here to 26.
And like I said earlier, Sasha Hunt's one of those players that when she is open, you expect her to make those shots. And now again, Del City has their second string in. And again, probably mention this more often than I need to. Their most experienced string.
Yeah. Turnover here, Lisa Serena Lewis getting the interception on the deflection. Smithers pump fake and drive. And she's hitting foul. She'll go back to the Toonie Bias House's cherry stripe. Like you said, it's such a unique situation in that the players that we've come to know really well doing Del City games the last couple of years, they're all coming off the bench now, and it just creates a very deep team for Coach Mariah White. And it's hard not to feel like these last couple of days after seeing what they did against a really good 6A team in Memorial, that Smithers hits the first one, and what they're doing so far today, that this team doesn't have every chance to put together a run when it comes to late February into March. Thinking that this Del City team's going to be playing for a while this year. Really good team.
Yeah, the biggest threat west for Del City would be El Reno. El Reno's tied with Carl Albert in the other west standings, the other district in what Del City's in. That's 5A1. Del City's in 5A2. We'll find out who's better on Tuesday when Carl Albert goes to El Reno. But I mentioned that now because whoever loses that game would probably, if seeding goes like you expect, as that's a good shot off the glass there.
Yeah, nice floater bank shot for Wright.
By Wright, but if seeding goes as you expect, things go chalk, then Del City would be lined up to play whoever finishes second in that district. As McCarroll gets inside in the area championship.
So heading to the line is McCarroll. Del City leading at 42-16. And the Toonie Bias House's cherry stripe heads the junior guard, Courtney McCarroll. First one will roll home.
And she's making her free throws right now again because she can get to the line, especially when she gets that ball on the left side like that.
That one left short, but the rebound comes out to Hunt Smith. Good job by Sasha Smith. It was a pretty good rebounder considering her small stature. Gets it to Thornton, who's bumped and fouled. And back to the Toonie Bias House. The cherry stripe now goes Shelby Thornton with the Eagles holding a 27-point edge at 43-16. Second foul on Destiny Hunt. Free throw rims out. Takes a moment to collect herself after missing that first one.
It's interesting that Del City's playing tomorrow at 10 because that's what they've been doing. Two misses there.
Heck of a play by Hunt Smith, though, to again get the rebound off the free throw and throw it off the PCO defender. Sasha Smith listed at 5'4".
I don't know if she's that tall.
I think that's a generous 5'4", but she can really rebound as good as anyone as you could possibly hope for someone coming in at just 5'4". Lewis shot blocked out of bounds. It'll go over to the Pirates. 14.8 seconds on the clock to work with.
What I was going to say is Del City has played that early game the last couple of Carl Albert Titan Classics, although actually it was the second game last year, but that was a girls-only tournament, so it's still pretty early. They will not be playing Bishop McGinnis tomorrow because that's who they've been playing the last couple of Saturdays of this Titan Classic.
10 a.m. tomorrow, getting it started. Here's Hunt. Scoop layup right at the end of the quarter won't go, and that's going to end the third quarter with Del City in control. They have a commanding 43-16 lead over PCO at the end of three. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the fourth quarter, game one, day two of the 2025 Titan Classic.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
Back to Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network getting day 2 of the Titan Classic going on the girls' side of things. Del City in command over Putnam City, 43-16. As we head to the fourth quarter, both these teams 0-1 after close losses yesterday, but Del City looks like they're well on their way to a 1-1. And as we kind of noted, point differential is the next thing after the records. Now, Del City's got an uphill battle considering that Ed Memorial is going to be tough to beat for anyone, so they're in the driver's seat, certainly. But still, points could matter, at least on placement, as the shot doesn't go there for the Pirates.
Carl Albert and Sand Springs on the girls' side also, as we see another open 3 for Hunt, which you're not surprised anymore when she makes them wide open.
No, she's a very good shooter. That Bobby Lewis 3-ball pushes the lead out to 30, 46-16.
But Carl Albert and Sand Springs playing later tonight, so that's 2 1-0 teams that will meet. So
yeah, somebody's getting a loss there.
Yeah, well, 2 2-0 teams when the night's over, unless Collinsville can upset Edmond Memorial. So that would be an upset, a big one, but
yeah,
you could give them a chance.
To the Toonie Wise House, charity stripe goes Jeremiah Robinson. Meanwhile, on the boys' side of things, we'll have a 1-0 matchup coming up next with Edmond North and Norman High.
I'm really excited about that one. And I mentioned that, and in fact, I was planning on taking that game off, and I've changed my mind.
So Jordan and I will bring you that one next here on OSN. That was a rainbow free throw. It almost didn't touch the net going through for Jemiah Robinson, but she hits them both. 46-18. Putnam City will have a little bit of a break. Obviously, they'll chill the rest of the day. They'll play tomorrow at 4. Del City, meanwhile, got the quick turnaround. They're playing tomorrow at 10 a.m. Turnaround shot for Thornton is good. So that'll be 3 games for Del City in less than 72 hours.
It can't be overstated, the chemistry that Sasha Hunt Smith and Shelby Thornton have.
Yeah. You can tell they've been together for a while.
And Smith Hunt finds Thornton on the right spots on the floor very frequently when they're both in the game at the same time. We're going to see a new player for Del City, I believe.
Yeah, first time into the game comes Zandra Moore, number 0, a 5'4" sophomore getting a little bit of run here. The benefit of being up big, Mariah White can play some different players, let her usual contributors get some rest before playing again tomorrow morning. Also in for Del City, number 14 is Danielle Cox, a 5'4" junior as well, into the game.
And Del City has a good third string. Not every team has third string. PCO doesn't even have a third string. Some girls' teams don't have enough depth. Not the case with Del City. They have a good third string, and who knows if that will come in handy at some point and if you have any injuries this season.
McCarroll with the ball using her natural left hand. Gets it up to Cox just into the game for the first time in this Titan Classic. Layup won't go. Thornton, though, of course, the rebound. Out to McCarroll. Thought about it, but put it on the floor, but they're going to say she two-handed the ball there.
I'm not sure about that, but, you're up 30. You're not going to be too worried about it. And the thing is, you mentioned point differential earlier, Josh, for this Classic. I don't think any team will ever coach like that.
You're right.
Even though, it's part of the tie-breaking process.
Well, we kind of talked about that a little bit the other night, the Midwest City Classic that we did, I guess that was a week ago today, where, with district standings now in 5A, 6A, point differential is could be a tiebreaker for you in playoff seeding.
In district games, yeah.
In district
right.
games.
In fact, Midwest City girls, they're in a bit of a disadvantage now with Duncan because they lost the rematch to Duncan and lost by a bigger margin than what they won by.
Right, there you
when
go.
they played Duncan early in the year. And those two teams could finish tied for third place.
McCarroll thought about the 3, instead puts it on the floor. Now over to Raina Lewis. As Del City obviously just trying to get out of here clean the rest of the way. Certainly well on their way to their first win here at this year's Titan Classic. Leading by 30, 48-18, 5:24 and counting to play. Here's an open 3. Off the front of the rim, no good for Moore. And PCO gets the basketball back, starting the break. Here's Promise right. Thornton chasing her from behind. That was like stalking her prey there. You can see that brewing all the way down the floor. Ends up going out of bounds. It will stay down here.
On defense, Thornton does not just block shots. She plays defense in other ways too. Or doesn't just contest shots. She'll go for steals. She's actually pretty good at getting steals considering, her job is mainly to protect the paint and contest shots and force misses in that way. But she'll go for steals when she has the opportunity.
3 ball, no good. Or, excuse me, jumper from the free throw line. Got ahead of myself there. Rebound went out of bounds. It'll go over to Del City right at the 5-minute mark.
It's a good opportunity for Raina Lewis here without Sasha Hunt-Smith in the game to be a primary ball handler and maybe get going.
Cox, scoop layup, no. Thornton, though, of course, rebound, put back, no good, but she's fouled. Shelby Thornton is just, I mean, you have to feel like if you're her teammate and she's down there, I can just shoot at will because she'll get the miss if I don't hit it. If she's just so good on the offensive glass. Buys them so many extra chances offensively.
And some people may be wondering why she's still in the game. Well, she's comes off the bench.
Yeah. Gotta play, yeah.
You got to play somebody.
You see that with the Thunder. They'll be up big, and it's like, why is Aaron Wiggins in the game right now? It's like, well, I mean, there's only so many players on the team. You got to still play some players. First one good for Thornton, by the way. Makes it 49-18. Booker out of the game for PCO. Back in for the Pirates comes Chariah Williams, number 11.
I think Del City may have a couple other players they could bring in, but they, if they're not as experienced, you're going to wait a little bit longer.
Here is Williams. Able to get it across half court to Combs. In the corner, Tiana Johnson. Long pass across to right in the corner, Combs. She'll take a long 2. Left it short. Rebound on the floor, and, of course, Thornton ends up with it. Not even a won't you to go up and get. Still finds the way to her.
Nice
what a feed,
pass.
McCarroll to the cutting Thornton to lay it in. Cody McCarroll with some nice passes in this second half, and Thornton got the easy bucket there.
I'm going to get this replay.
That's well done. Some really nice ball movement by the Eagles today. Got to like that if you're Coach Mariah White. That's translatable. No matter who you're playing, you move the ball like that. That's going to work that's going to work a lot of the time. Past the midway point of the fourth quarter, Eagles up 52-18. Thornton backing down Combs. She'll lay it home. Shelby Thornton is just feasting right now.
We are going to see another player coming for Del City. We'll see who gets the rest.
Number 1, Tylea Thompson, 5'3" sophomore, enters.
This is basically just a substitution timeout, and now Thornton does come out as well.
Thornton comes out. She piled it in her minutes today. A very productive day for Shelby Thornton. Combs will come out for the Pirates, meanwhile, as they start to turn their attention a little bit toward tomorrow. Into the game for the first time. Great name here, Blessing England, Jr. for the Pirates, number 13, getting her first run of the day.
Also, I don't know if he called this name, it's Zandra Moore, number 0.
Yeah, Zandra Moore, number 0, in for the Eagles.
So the rotation players still in for Del City are McCarroll and Lewis.
3 in the corner here for Williams. Clackham's. Nice shot by Chariah Williams hitting the Bobby Lewis 3 ball.
We thank Bobby Lewis for sponsoring 3. Surprisingly great rates, 2 locations in both Choctaw and Del City.
And one of those locations right here in front of us, putting on a great performance for the Del City Lady Eagles. And we'll see them one more time tomorrow against Collinsville, getting the day 3 started. A turnover here leads to a fast break for the Pirates. Down the lane, Robinson shot won't go, but she's fouled by Lewis hustling back. So a trip to the Toonie Buys Houses Charity Stripe for Jemiah Robinson.
And we thank Toonie Buys Houses for sponsoring free throws this tournament. They buy homes in any condition, and you can lease or own or finance homes through them.
Shooting a pair here, Jemiah Robinson. First one up and good with those high arcing free throws.
Those are pretty, though. Nothing. I mean, they barely hit the net.
Yeah, I'm not complaining with them at all.
It's not just nothing but net. They barely touched the net.
I mean, that is amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen someone shoot free throws like that, but I can't argue with it. She's 4 for 4 from the line in this game.
And that second one barely grazed the rim, but it was so soft on the touch.
Right, you're going to get
goes in no problem.
Yep. She'll come out. Back in comes Kayla Hill for the Pirates. McCarroll down the lane. Boy, she is so smooth, that left hand. So tough to guard. Puts that one home.
Yeah, you could see that driving lane coming a mile away. And now she may
forced
do it
the
again.
Turnover.
This time she's got a teammate. Good decision.
Pass.
She's
Great
played
pass.
really well.
Yeah,
McCarroll has.
Cox, the easy lay in there. So Danielle Cox off the bench. The junior able to get a late bucket here.
And we could have started thinking about this probably during the second quarter, if not earlier, but who's a good candidate? A lot of good candidates actually for player of the game for Del City. I think it's going to be one of their non-starters, actually.
Yeah, there's a few you could talk me into. Oh, nice block by McCarroll again. She's trying here at the end of the game. She's trying to set the lasting impression for that Triple Elite screen printing player of the game.
It's between, I think, her and Hunt Smith and Thornton. Again, 3 really good players who don't start, but they can take over a game in different ways.
McCarroll for 3 again. Clackums. Right. Bobby Lewis 3-ball.
She may have won me over right there.
She's dominating down the stretch here.
The only downside of this is it's garbage time.
Yeah, right. Oh, why? Another block. And she forced that turnover right there. She's just absolutely everywhere right now.
Yeah, you don't blame McCarroll for any of that.
Here's
I don't
the thing,
hold that
though.
against her.
Yeah, because it is. But PCO's mainly got their starters still in the game. So while it is, you're still going against PCO's ones for the most part. A couple of subs.
Yeah, we have the roster's only 9 players for PCO.
Right.
So, yes.
So it's a little bit of have to.
But, yeah, they're still going against rotation players for Putnam City that I think are just kind of worn out right now. And that was a tough loss they had yesterday to Sand Springs. They lost by only 4 points. They were ahead of that game for a lot of the time. And they played hard, but they just had some bad breaks. So you could also understand if they're a little tired, too. They have a little bit less rest than Del City as far as hours since their last game.
Del City off the turnover, final 90 seconds. Here's Moore with the basketball for the Eagles. Left-hand pass all the way across to Cox. Gives it back to her. Right side, Raina Lewis. Cox will fire away on a 3. Air balls it long. Pulled in by Wright. And that's a turnover forced by Cox, so rectifying off that air ball. Got the quick turnover and lay-in, and it's now a 40-point lead for Del City.
Got that replay there. Nice finish with the left hand. Like I said, Del City has a good third string. You can only imagine what practices are like there, and I think that's why they're going to maintain a high level of play. Their practices are going to be very intense.
Another turnover forced by McCarroll. And long pass ahead leads to the easy layup for Zandra Moore.
Everyone has a left hand here for Del City.
Yeah.
Not just McCarroll. McCarroll, of course, is a natural lefty, but even the righties can finish with their left hand.
Williams' jumper from the elbow is good. So Trial Williams, a couple of field goals go down for her in this fourth quarter. And Eagles can probably dribble it out from here.
I think it's important, too, for Del City that they have such competitive practices, because sometimes in 5A, the difference between 5 and 6A, there'll be some easy competition in 5A. Like, for example, Del City's going to play Lawton on Tuesday, and that should be an easy win for them. So they need competitive practices to have some tougher tasks during the week.
Yeah, get you better for the postseason. Dominant win for Del City. They win in 65-25. Our Triple Elite screen printing player of the game, Shelby Thornton, did a lot to get it, but Courtney McCarroll just piled up the numbers.
The more I think about it, the more I like him to Courtney McCarroll. We haven't given her that award too often in the past, so and she had an outstanding all-around game.
Piled it up, especially in that fourth quarter. Triple Elite screen printing, find world-class designs, hot new styles, player of the game goes to Courtney McCarroll. Del City wins at 65-25. They go to 1-1 in the Titan Classic. Putnam City falls to 0-2. Del City will take on Collinsville in the first game tomorrow, and PCO will take on the host squad, Carl Alberts, at 4 o'clock tomorrow evening. All right, that's it for Game 1. Jordan and I will step aside. It'll be a separate stream here coming up. It's set for a 1:30 tip. Might be a little early, so be with us a few minutes before then for Edmond North and Norman High on the boys' side coming up in just about 15 minutes or so from now. We'll see you over there. Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.